Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking at a book from Oxford University Press. It's this book here. It's called Fair Trial Rights, and it's from Richard Clayton and Hugh Tomlinson. I haven't got the book in front of me. It's a paperback, nice green cover. It's actually a reprint of part of the much bigger work that they wrote called The Law of Human Rights in the second edition. I'm very impressed with this because it's something that I need help with from time to time in my practice. Now, my wife Elizabeth and I have written a review of this book, and we've given it the title Fair Trial Rights in the United Kingdom, a timely analysis against the backdrop of the Human Rights Act 1998, because we've moved on from Jack Straw's initial introduction of the legislation, its implementation, and the review after sort of 10 years of what's been going on. Like its companion volume, which is published at the same time, that's the Privacy and Freedom of Expression book, again a paperback which I've also reviewed. This publication is, in our view, indispensable for any law library because it's actually manageable. The subject as a whole is huge, and therefore what they've decided to do at OUP is split the subjects up into the big areas. Obviously privacy and expression are one area, and fair trials is another one, again under the main articles of the HRA. This is obviously a reprint of the chapter on fair trial rights from the second edition, and I think it proves extremely handy if you don't have your own copy of the larger work. Also, you don't want to lug the whole lot around depending on what you're doing in a particular case. So here you have a thorough, scholarly and authoritative treatment of the law relating to fair trial rights in the United Kingdom, with searching analysis of the broader impact of the Human Rights Act 1998 in both civil and criminal law proceedings, with detailed coverage of the latest developments, which again is a selling factor, if you like, for it. This is a full update which offers detailed coverage of developments as the human rights legislation continues to be tested out in the courts. Obviously after 10 years it's being reviewed, and we have a new government, middle of 2010. What we're going to get in the future with any extension of the Human Rights Act or whatever they're going to do to it, we will wait and see. Let me stress that the fundamental importance of fair trial rights is covered here, and the authors point out that the ambit and content of these rights continue to generate controversy. It's inevitable. And there was a warning that the development of fair trial rights requires actually close attention. It's something that obviously is of interest to all governments, because obviously the law itself is always moving forward. Hence the value and authority of a book of this nature, which for any practitioner or academic, particularly those practicing in criminal or public law and those interested in professional discipline or regulation, will obviously want to have to hand quite quickly. There are 6 appendices pertaining to fair trial rights legislation. That's at the back of the paperback, and they're not only covering the UK but also Scotland, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa and other jurisdictions. There is of course an excellent index which is standard for this type of publication, and usefully the contents of the Law of Human Rights Act itself is also appended, so we've got some basic information very much to hand. So thank you very much to the authors, Clayton and Tomlinson, and also to OUP. Thank you, bye bye.